You don't want what they have. Not really. You want the feeling you imagine they have, the safety, the attention, the certainty that they matter. And the most exhausting part is this: you're not even angry at them. You're angry at yourself for feeling this way. Jealousy is one of the most misunderstood emotions because it's the one we're taught to hide the fastest. We hide it behind sarcasm. We hide it behind, "I don't care." We hide it behind ambition, distance, jokes, silence. But when you're alone, when no one is watching, the feeling is still there. A tightness in the chest, a restless scanning of social hierarchies, a subtle counting. Who is ahead? Who is falling behind? Where do I stand? And you hate that you do this. Because you're not a bad person, you're not cruel. You don't want anyone to lose. You just don't want to disappear. This is the paradox of jealousy. The thing that once protected you is now slowly poisoning your peace. At some point in your life, comparison kept you safe. It helped you read the room. It helped you anticipate loss. It helped you survive uncertainty. But now that same mechanism turns every interaction into a silent competition, every compliment into a threat, every success of others into a quiet wound. And the worst part, no one sees it. They see confidence. They see control. They see strength. They don't see the vigilance. They don't see the constant monitoring. They don't see the fear of being replaceable. This is the psychology of jealous people. And it has nothing to do with envy. It has everything to do with safety. Jealousy is not a desire for what others have. It is a fear of losing what you believe is fragile. Psychologically, jealousy is born in environments where love, attention, or approval were inconsistent, where affection came and went, where comparison was common, where you had to perform to be chosen. The child learns something dangerous. Connection is unstable. And when connection is unstable, the nervous system becomes a guard dog. This is called attachment insecurity, often anxious or disorganized attachment. The brain learns to scan constantly. The default mode network, the system responsible for self-referential thought, becomes hyperactive. It starts running simulations. What if they like someone more? What if I'm not enough? What if I lose my place? This creates hypervigilance, not the dramatic kind, the quiet kind. The kind where you smile, but inside you're tracking emotional temperature like a radar. The kind where you notice every shift in tone, every delay in response, every change in attention. Jealousy here is a protective strategy. It is the mind's attempt to prevent abandonment by detecting it early. But there's another layer. Many jealous people were emotionally neglected, not abused. And neglect is harder to name because nothing happened. No obvious trauma, no single event, just absence, just inconsistency, just emotional invisibility. And the nervous system hates uncertainty more than pain. So it learns to compare, it learns to monitor, it learns to measure worth externally. This is how jealousy rewires the brain. Love becomes a scarce resource, and scarcity always creates competition. The emotional cost of jealousy is exhaustion. You are never fully present because part of you is always checking the scoreboard. You are never fully happy for others because their joy activates your fear. You are never fully at rest because rest feels like vulnerability. You sacrifice authenticity for belonging. And slowly, quietly, you begin to disappear from your own life. Carl Jung once said, "What you resist not only persists, but grows in size." Jealousy grows because it is resisted with shame. You tell yourself you shouldn't feel this way. You judge the emotion. You suppress it. But suppressed emotions don't die. They rot. And rot leaks out as bitterness, distance, passive aggression, self-sabotage. The core fear beneath jealousy is not losing someone. It's being proven replaceable. That fear makes simple moments heavy. A partner talking to someone else, a friend succeeding, a colleague getting recognition. You smile, but inside something tightens. And this is the invisible grief. You grieve a sense of safety you never fully had. You grieve the ease of trust. You grieve the ability to enjoy without comparison. You are not jealous because you are small. You are jealous because you were once made to feel optional. Jealousy doesn't disappear in adulthood. It evolves. It becomes more intelligent, more hidden, more socially acceptable. You might over-monitor relationships, reading between lines that aren't there. A late reply feels like rejection. A change in tone feels like danger. You might downplay your needs because asking feels risky. You tell yourself you're fine, even when you're not. You would rather watch than request. You might compete silently with friends. You support them, but their success secretly hurts. Not because you want them to lose, but because you fear falling behind. You might self-sabotage intimacy. You pull away before someone can choose someone else. You leave first, so you don't have to be left. You might struggle with celebration. Even when you win, you feel empty, because someone else always seems to have more. You might tie your worth to being special, unique, irreplaceable. Because if you're not, your nervous system panics. These are not personality traits. They are coping strategies. They were learned in environments where love felt unstable, where attention had to be earned, where safety was never guaranteed. The first step to healing is not fixing. It is witnessing. Witnessing without shame. Witnessing without self-attack. Witnessing without minimizing. Just noticing. This is my body trying to keep me safe. Unlearning jealousy means teaching your nervous system something new. That connection is not scarce. That love is not a competition. That you do not need to guard what is freely given. Healing jealousy is not about becoming indifferent. It is about becoming secure. It starts with reparenting yourself, giving yourself the consistency you never received, showing up emotionally, soothing yourself when fear rises, choosing softness when vigilance activates. It continues with shadow work, allowing the jealous parts of you to speak without punishment. Because jealousy is not evil, it is unexpressed grief. And when you listen to it fully, it transforms. Slowly, something changes. You stop comparing, not because you force it, but because you no longer need to. You stop monitoring, because your body learns safety. You stop fearing replacement, because you finally believe in your own permanence. The goal was never to eliminate jealousy. The goal was to understand it. Because jealousy is not the enemy. It is a messenger. And when you listen deeply enough, it says, I just want to know that I matter. And you do, without competing, without proving, without watching the room. You matter because you exist. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who hides their jealousy behind strength. Subscribe if you're ready to stop surviving and start belonging. You are not broken. You were just protecting yourself. And now you're learning how to rest.